Hey everyone, this is Stephanie's house, the new big building from the LEGO Friends line, which includes Stephanie and both of her parents. One of the most prominent features of this house is the bay window design out front, which uses the new corner door frame pieces or window frame pieces that fit at a 45-degree angle and use the standard 4x6 window panes. And thankfully, those window panes there are printed, so they do not have stickers on them. You do not need to apply all those huge clear backed stickers that always get dust and air trapped beneath them. I was very happy to not have to do anything there. You just pop them in and they're good to go. There's a little bit of front yard with plenty of flowers around it, a little bit of white picket fencing there, and this is just a mailbox. You can put something in, something small through the slot there. You can also open this up in the front, and it comes with a birthday invitation printed tile, which is a piece that we've gotten in some sets before. There are some stickers used in this set, a fair number of them, but many of them are optional. You'll see some small butterflies around the place, and those are all just small stickers applied just to add a little extra life to the whole thing. They use a little bit of just transparent colored pieces up here, give it kind of the stained glass look just a little bit. And then this is another major feature, the swing set, which actually can swing back and forth like that. You know, it fits right into the space. This can fit, well, it has spaces for 3 people on it. But you can really, you can make 3 people fit, but it's very awkward. It works best for 2 or 1. If you have just 1 there, you can put them in the middle, I think is the best way to look at it. And that also has a nice pattern that's also applied with a sticker down on the base. You mostly see that from the top though, but it's nice that this will actually rock back and forth, and it's integrated in with just a little bit of awning up above. They even include a small house for Chili, the baby rabbit here. Just an extra little thing on the side, the existing mold for the baby rabbit, which I think is one of the cooler looking small animals that LEGO has done before. It works as a full-sized adult rabbit also if you're doing stuff in mini fig scale rather than mini doll scale. Has a little cushion behind there. Here's a side door, but before I go around the back, let me take you up to the second floor from the outside, which looks pretty nice. Got some shutters here. Now these cannot actually be closed, they're just for the looks, but behind there you see more of the printed window pane pieces used across. So a nice large set of those are included, and there's some railing going around, and you eventually come up to this nice balcony which has plenty of space. You can put at least a few figures around there if you want to pose them up, and they have some vines in various places just to, again, add a little extra life and character to the whole thing. The angled section of roof here is kind of fake because it's flat and it's thin. See, it's just a facade. It's really just to look good from the front, but they did not continue that all the way back. For one thing, to save space, and also to give you consistent access to all this stuff on the back. It's completely open around the back, and there's also this section here that can be moved out of the way to get you better access here. Let's take a closer look actually at this first. See, this is a staircase, a semi-spiral staircase made with 2 of the new staircase pieces. So all of this here, these bottom 4 steps, are all one piece, all molded together. And then here's another of the identical piece up here. Each one just basically turns 90 degrees as it goes up a bit. This is a flat screen TV, which I think looks great. They're looking at some tennis right now there, a little bit of flower, and because there's space beneath the stairs, just like in real houses, and people do this commonly, you want to use the space. So in this case, they kind of use it like a closet sort of space, but you can see it as being open. And this vacuum cleaner looks really good to me. I like the fact that you actually build this rather than it being just a new mold that they came up with. It's fairly large relative to one of the mini dolls, but still think it looks good, and I really liked being able to put it together. And you can set it up in the hand. You can get it just to come down to the floor a little bit. There we go, something like that. This is the living room or family room with a coffee table and the main sofa there, and the way the side with the stairs folds in, that brings the TV towards you. So if you close this all the way up, it makes it as compact as possible, but kind of brings the TV pretty close to you. But it kind of makes sense there. I think it looks and feels a little bit better to leave it a little bit open so you have some room in between. But you can also swing this kind of wing of the place all the way out like that if you want to minimize the depth of the whole thing, if you want to put it on a shelf that doesn't have too much space or something like that. They use some larger stickers to represent lots of details that they're not able to actually fully build up in this set. So you see one there, and you'll see another one over here, and there will be more that you'll come across. It's the main entranceway, which has enough room to pose some figures in there to represent folks actually coming home. And then the kitchen is kind of beneath the upper floor. To let you see that better, I'm going to remove the upper floor, which fortunately is very easy by design, and we'll look at that again with it back in place. But for now, you can see in the kitchen very nicely. The light gets in there. Of course, plenty of light comes in from the bay window in the front around the main dining table. It has three chairs and can accommodate 3 mini dolls at the same time. This is actually 4 pieces back here, the printed tiles representing the cherry pie. So it's just 4 of those quarter round printed tile pieces. Nice oven set, one of the nicer oven sets that I've seen them build in many years, because it has a full vent hood up above it. You can open the oven down here and it has space to put something small in there. They've got something baking, and it has a stove. Comes with a pot and pan set. Here's a spatula as well, and there are more utensils because you've seen knives and forks around back there. A little bit difficult to get your fingers back there, but I think it works better for smaller hands, and wouldn't be a proper kitchen without a kitchen sink. They even have some dish soap over here. It's a little bit cramped, but it has enough space to put a little bit of something in it. And they use a sticker to good effect in the back to represent the backdrop behind all of this. I think that's good, especially the tiling is important. I'm not such a fan of the fake utensils up there, because I think they could have just had some clips sticking out to put real ones up instead. Now, I just put the upper floor room back, and that is Stephanie's bedroom. You know, they don't have enough room with a set of this size to put everybody's rooms in there, so they put the most important one in for Stephanie. This looks pretty good and has enough space for her to, to move around. A nicely built up bed. I like the calendar sticker on the wall. That was a good choice. She has a tennis racket there. I guess that's why they're watching tennis on TV, because they're a family of tennis fans. And she has a desk over here, and she can do her makeup. She's got some trophies up there. It's a decent amount of detail that's represented on the wall of stuff that you don't need to physically be able to grab. I guess they could have included one small trophy, but you're limited in the space that's available here. There's a picture of Stephanie with her baby rabbit, Chili, and this, I believe, is a new printed piece. At least it's one that I personally had not seen before. It actually has a checklist on it. That's a pretty cool looking one. Should be pretty useful. This drawer can be opened up, but it's Lego. It's kind of limited in size. There aren't too many things you can put in there, but at least you can put the you could put this tile in there. That's the list, or you could put the birthday invitation in there. Now the next room over is a bathroom, and it's right next to kind of a study at the same time. So let's look at the bathroom part first. Toilet, obviously. Sink. That sink basin is actually pretty cool. Sticker for the backdrop. And then this is some hair product, I'm assuming. It has just a stand-up shower. A little bit different how they've done the shower head. They tried to make it have a nice wide head, something a little bit more modern than they've done in the past. It's kind of missing some detail down here for a drain, or some tiling, something to represent some way to keep the water from just going all over the house, because right now it looks like it's going to be able to just splash and spill into the next room. Another sticker that's used here. Now this panel actually has something interesting going on for it, because it has a sticker on this side and has a sticker on this side as well. A partial family portrait there of an event from when Stephanie was younger with her dad. Comes with that laptop which is a removable piece, and it can also be folded up. Has a small sticker in there right now. You know, you can fold it up and actually use it. That's just a newspaper. There's a small chair that can just swivel around that you build up. And that brings us to the end. We've got some sort of board up. It's like a cork board or maybe a whiteboard. Well, it's a yellow board in this case, isn't it? With the background, and then they've just got some photos up there representing either places they've been or places they want to go. Now let me show you one more thing. You know how I removed this room a few minutes ago? You can also remove this room if you want, and you can swap them to kind of rearrange the design of the house. They are the exact same size, 8 studs by 16 studs, and you can simply swap them back and forth like that, push it right down if you want to, and you can also remove these small roof bits and the facade that I mentioned before, exposing nice open top parts, which can then be stacked again. So I could stack this up like so, and then I think maybe the most sensible thing would be to use this shorter piece up here. See where I'm going with that? And then use this piece here to kind of balance things just a little bit. Completely changes the look of the house now, and also leaves it open if you get other buildings that have a similar system. This is a very common size, this 8 by 16, or if you were to get multiple of these or build additional modules of your own with your own parts, then you can start to, you know, expand this and kind of do it like a dollhouse, where if you get more parts, you bring in more things, you can add more rooms, and then you can assign different rooms to different functions or have bedrooms for the parents as well. Here are the 3 people. So the dad's name is James, the mom is Alicia, and then here is, of course, Stephanie herself. I think each of these looks good, though the parents look a little bit young. The parents almost look like they could be the ages of the friends. And of course, they did that on purpose because they want you to be able to integrate the different people and the different faces in to different scenarios. You know, they want it to be open for your own imagination. So if you want to use this in a completely different role, in a different setting with other people, you certainly can. And all of these hair pieces that they do for the Friends line that work with the mini dolls also do work with regular Lego mini figures. Certainly my favorite thing about the set is this area right here with the bay windows, with the inclusion of the printed panes and also the new corner pieces. It all just works together well, especially with the curves that they used across the top. I think that's nice. Also, I think they made good compromises with the openness versus the amount of detail. There's enough depth to each of these sections to actually pose figures in there. It's not just a little ledge 4 studs wide or 3 studs or something like that, which can be really difficult to really use. There's enough space, and yet they have enough stuff in here that none of it looks plain or empty or lacking. Certainly I would love to have more rooms and more details, more things to do and to interact with, but for the amount of pieces that are included here, for the overall size of the building, I think it's a good balance. I have to say though, I don't like these stairs. All the lavender that you see there is just 2 pieces, and it doesn't look like Lego and it doesn't feel like Lego. It feels like it comes from something else entirely. It doesn't have any studs on the top whatsoever, so when you put a figure there, it might as well just be, you know, just sitting on a book that's stacked up and turned a little bit, or a box or something, you know. It just doesn't feel like the characters really connect with it. Plus, when you put a couple together like this, it really exaggerates the change in size from one step to the next. So this one is large, and you know, it has more depth to it, and then you get 2 small ones, 1 large one, another large one, and then 2 small ones, and then 1 large one. It just feels very inconsistent. This shape around the side feels weird to me. I don't know, just personally not happy with that part solution. Also, the fact that every single food item in this set for the humans is a dessert, is a treat, bakery item or ice cream or something, is very annoying to me. They need to offer up to customers of the Friends line some actual food. I'm not saying everything needs to be super healthy, just at least have some kind of protein in there, you know, some actual food, not just desserts. The house on the whole, though, looks great. And check it out. It's not even pink. They actually made a major house from the LEGO Friends line that, you know, has some magenta in there. I guess you could call that a dark, hot pink. And it has lavender, but overall the color scheme I think is much more mature than they started out with in this line. This I think is a good set. Overall, I think it's very well done. Again, especially for the size of the building that they were limited to based on the number of parts and the price they wanted to, offer this at. A lot of compromises had to be made, but I think the end result is what counts, and the end result is pretty good. Let me know if you agree or if you disagree. Share your thoughts with myself and the other viewers in a comment down below. Always good to see. And if you want to see more of my videos and hear more of my thoughts about different sets, be sure to come back and check my channel on a regular basis, because more videos are always on the way. Talk to you again soon.